Howdy y'all, welcome back to Positive Ego Gaming. Today we're going to do another trailer reaction. We're going to check out the new Windbound launch trailer. The game just came out today, August 28th. I believe it's $30. I'm downloading it right now and I'm hoping to do some videos on that in the very near future. I'll probably do an opening hour live stream later today, so keep an eye out for that. And keep an eye out for the new Destroy All Humans Let's Play coming out probably tomorrow morning around 7. Let's get into this. We're going to make it full screen. Now, I've not watched this yet, so this is totally new to me. And I'm already liking how we get to see a little bit from the devs. And so from first impressions, this game looks sort of like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with survival and crafting. And I know there's a lot based around the boat. The boat is your main mode of transportation. You see a little Breath of the Wild influence there in the art style, her parasail. Graphics are wonderful. So I like the fact that it's not like a base building survival game. It's you gotta stay on the move. You're going to different islands, upgrading your boat, upgrading your gear, constantly moving, constantly discovering. And all the islands are procedural generated, so they're never gonna be the same. Wow. Some of the environments here are amazing. So I wonder if that's sort of linked to like your level or your skill. It's just going to get harder as you get better. Oh, that's an interesting looking weapon. That was cool. Yeah, I can't wait to dive into this game. Wow. Seems like we got a little bit of Wind Waker in here, which is fine. Who doesn't like Wind Waker? That's cool how the sails raise like that. Seems like they got some pretty basic upgrades there. A little bigger, more than just your basic canoe. She almost looks like Siri there. That armor. Oh wow, look at how big the raft is. Oh, so there's stuff under the water you've got to navigate and look out for as well. Not just free sailing. I wonder if there's storms and rough water. If anybody's played this yet, let me know. I'm excited to see what everybody thinks. I'm digging that guy's bow tie. Right on. Seems like there's a lot of fun. Like they had a lot of fun. There's a lot of passion going into this game. They wear their influences on their sleeve, and they knew exactly what kind of game they wanted. And it seems like they just went for it and they nailed it. I like this guy. From a glance, it sort of looks like we got a Dark Souls combat. Very deliberate, dodge, counter, learn your enemy's timing. And was that a fucking sea monster? Y'all saw that, right? That was a sea monster? Hmm. It was a sea monster. Oh, okay. I had no idea it had the giant sea creature in here. Wonder if it's sort of like an ancient guardian. Not. No spoilers. Wow. Wow. Really get the sense of the size of that thing. Brave the Storm. Yeah, game just came out today. Like I said, drops for about $30. Let me check out some more of the boat here. You can see, look at how they've got the boat with a little bit wider of a platform, other spaces to ride on. And I like how the sails raise up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I wonder if that's going to change as you upgrade your boat, get bigger, better sails. Is that going to take longer, faster? Is that going to be detrimental to like sailing if you got to be in a rush? Or is that just automatic? I don't know. Haven't played yet. And they mentioned that there's coral reefs and like, oh shoot, something else under the water that where you've actually got to navigate while you're sailing and not just like, okay, I'm gonna go to this island, go to that island, go to this island. But no, there's actually things you've got to look out for underneath as well that kind of keep you on your toes. And I'm really digging the art style. I love how the sails look. I like how the little smoke comes off the campfire. So I wonder if that's a crafting, like you can craft and cook there, like on your boat. That'd be pretty cool. Because then, like while you're on your way, maybe you need a minute, you can just craft some stuff while you're sailing. And you see a little bit of the combat here where she rolls, and that's why I think there might be a little bit of like a Dark Souls influence here, because it looks very deliberate with its timing and with its delivery. You see, she dodges. And so I wonder if, like Breath of the Wild, the different creatures give you different supplies, different ingredients. Maybe you can cook, craft, upgrade all your stuff to keep Kara one step ahead. I'm really interested to learn more about her. She seems pretty cool, like a badass, like a cool warrior. She knows how to survive right off the bat. So, like the guy said, she's not out of her element. She's not like a fish out of water type thing. She's already got the skills she needs to survive. And so, how can we use those and learn with her to kind of adapt to this new ever-changing sort of environment? And especially the fact that it's procedurally generated means it's all going to be different every time, and so nobody's going to go to the exact same island anybody else did, though there may be similarities and there may be certain things that are recognizable. Obviously color palettes, those purple trees looked awesome. I'm interested to see what those islands are all about, if those are something unique or if that's just part of the look. But I think it looks great, and I'd love to go explore over there. And so it looks like the boat's a little bigger here. This section seems smaller than the section on the right. This looks like a larger sort of like, I don't know, storage area. And then you've got your main piece here. And then over here looks like, again, maybe another small fire. So where like you've got a fire on this side with stuff cooking, stuff crafting. And then over here you've got storage, maybe like armor and weapons you can work on while you're sailing to one point or another, which I think would be really cool. It's a good idea to keep you hooked in. It keeps you mobile, and it constantly keeps you busy, but without keeping you, I think, like frustrated or looking for shit to do. And every single little thing you do is just going to feed back into your progression and into Kara's progression and her level ups and your boat's level up. So every little thing you do is just going to help get bigger and better and make you a little stronger. And you're also going to learn and, figure out the world a little more. So I think it's pretty cool. A good way to show like character development through gameplay. Interesting, interesting. Can't wait to actually get my hands on it. I love the bow she's got here. It looks like some sort of ice bow. And she whips back 14. So I wonder, you'll have to make your own arrows. I'm sure there'll be different types of arrows. I'm sure there'll be explosive and fire arrows, but it looks like, I don't know if this is ice or if this is just some sort of crystal, but I know it looks awesome. We're, again, really, really digging the art style of this game. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for that. That was rude. But I'm really digging the art style, and as soon as I heard that there might be a Legend of Zelda type game on the PS4, I was down, because that's all I got to play on. And, I had a Switch specifically to play Breath of the Wild, and I put probably, I'm not kidding here, y'all, probably 400 hours into that game, and still didn't beat it, didn't do everything. I still hadn't beaten Ganon. But I put so much time into that game that, it was a little sad when I had to move on from it into other things, other parts of my life, whatever. But this looks really exciting, and I'm hoping to dive deep into it, because I'm sure with the crafting and survival, I'm sure you can spend a lot of time here, and I'm hoping the environments don't get too bland, because that can be a risk with the procedural generation, is things tend to look sort of samey after a while. But they did mention that as you progress further, that the biomes start to change, and so I'm hoping to see that in more detail. And are there more biomes? Is there going to be like snowy areas, or is this, you see here, they've got the swamp, you see the beach, of course, that's like sort of the main thing, and they show off some forests. And so I'm really wondering, this might be like this seems like a desert here. It's sort of hot almost. Yeah, desert sand with this big worm that pops up, and some more, like, you see the weapon that she's got, some more of those crystals. Well, I wonder what those crystals are, if those are upgrades, or are those just part of the art style. And that whip again, or bola, I can't tell. And I had no idea about the giant sea creature. That really, really interests me. And especially one of these shots coming up, you can really see the size of it as it floats up next to her. And man, it's just like, oh, okay, I get it. These things are huge. This thing is huge, and that's what knocked her off of her raft in the beginning. Yeah, look at the size of this thing. She's barely the size of its eye. So I'm hoping to learn more about that, learn more about this world. I know part of the loop is the survival, the crafting, obviously, but I know there are these certain sort of watchtowers, I guess, for lack of a better term, and you climb up to these and sort of get a lay of the land and activate whatever crystal is at the top of it. So I'm really curious to see, what more of that is, and hopefully there's more explanation on that. And hopefully it doesn't just get stale after a while, and where the loop just becomes repetitive. But it seems like a game that might just hook you in, and where you're not just doing, random stuff. You're not doing fetch quests. It doesn't seem like busy work. Seems like stuff to keep you busy, but not busy work in itself. You're not just running around doing random things. Every little thing you find, every enemy you take down, every tower you activate is just going to feed back into the story, feed back into your character progression, Kara's progression, and hopefully you'll learn a little more about the world by the end of it. And it seems you'll start off pretty basic with like a sort of spear, hopefully a bow. Imagine you'll get that pretty early. And I'm loving how this bridge comes up here, like grows in front of her like that. The environments here are really, really interesting. A little more magical, more fantasy than I was expecting. I know with the art style, it screams like fantasy, but I wasn't sure how far this was going to go. And it looks like, man, they really hammered it hard on like the fantasy look, the fantasy elements. I'm wondering if there's going to be any sort of like magical skills, like if not a straight up magic, any sort of like attributes or elements. Like on her bow, it did look like ice, and then that other one she had purple crystals. So I wonder if those represent different abilities and how those sort of are used in combat. Maybe are they active, more passive maybe? And I do know you have to eat in this game. You can see her hunger meter up here. I can't tell if that's empty or full, so I couldn't tell you good or bad from that. I've had a lot of fun going through this. I'm really looking forward to this game. Got it downloading in the background. Keep an eye out tomorrow, Samurai Saturdays, Ghost of Tsushima live stream, probably 2, 3 in the afternoon. Today we'll probably do keep an eye out for a Destroy All Humans Let's Play. Actually, no, that's tomorrow morning. Destroy All Humans Let's Play tomorrow morning around 7. And hopefully we're going to do an opening hour of Windbound later today. And maybe we can get a first impressions out later in the week. Excuse me. Again, sorry. That would be a lot of fun. Hope y'all had a good time. I had a great time. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want. If you didn't like the video, hey, I really appreciate you hanging out. Chat some games with us. You're beautiful. Stay true to yourself.